welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. Today we're going to talk about some casting news for Sunrise on the Reaping, which I have read and reviewed on my channel. It is coming out November of next year, so of course they're starting to release cast lists and stuff like that. So we only have 4 so far, but I feel like there are 4 that are pretty integral to the story, which is probably why they are casting them now and letting us kind of theorize who's going to play the other roles. So the first one is Joseph Zeta as young Haymitch. He has not been in anything that I've seen. I know he's Australian, so I think he does a lot of Australian TV and things that are filmed, like movies that are filmed in Australia. He is going to be in the new We Were Liars adaptation that I want to say Amazon is doing. I've not read We Were Liars, so I don't know anything about that. But yeah, he's going to play young Haymitch. Then we have Whitney Peak as Lenore Dove. She does look a lot like Rachel Ziegler, who plays Lucy Gray Baird, which makes sense because they're meant to be in my mind, Lenore is Lucy Gray's great niece, I think would be the technical relation between those two, since she is a Baird. She has been in Hocus Pocus 2, which I think she plays the lead girl. I saw that 2 years ago when it first came out, kind of put it out of my mind. I didn't really care for it. So, but she does, in my mind, she looks like she'd be a perfect Lenore. Same with the guy who's playing young Haymitch. Perfect casting. He definitely looks like a younger version of what Woody Harrelson could have looked like when he was younger. And then we have McKenna Grace as Maylisee Donner, which is Madge Undersea's aunt. So that's how she's related to the current trilogy, or the modern day trilogy, the first trilogy. You know what I'm talking about, the Hunger Games series. And she is the owner of the Mockingjay pen that ends up being given to Katniss in the original series. And so the girl who's playing her looks pretty much how I would picture her in my mind, because when I was reading the book, I was picturing Maylisee and Haymitch as the 2 actors from the second Quarter Quell fan film. And it seems like she's a lot like the girl playing Lenore Dove, and she's played a lot of young versions of different characters in TV and movies and things like that. So she is relatively unknown. I think that's what they were going for with these casting choices, because they did the same thing with the Hunger Games. They mostly picked people that we had no idea who they were, and now they're big A-list stars and starring in really big films and stuff like that and winning awards. So hopefully this will be the same for them. It'll be a jumping off point. And then we have Jesse Plemons as a young Plutarch Heavensbee. I've not seen him in anything. I mean, he has been in Battleship, which I saw that a long time ago. I don't even think I still own that movie. But he does look like he could play a younger version of Philip Seymour Hoffman, God rest his soul. Because someone put a picture, I don't know if I could find it again, but someone put a picture on Tumblr of him in one of the series that he starred in, and then Philip Seymour Hoffman as Plutarch underneath him, and oh my god, A+ casting. He does look like he could be a younger version of Plutarch Heavensbee, and so I appreciate that. And those are the only 4 that we know so far. I was going to film this yesterday, but I wasn't feeling very well. And then I also wanted to wait and see if they announced any more casts, because it seems like every couple of days they're releasing 1 or 2 new roles, the casting for them. And there are 2 that I'm really hoping get cast, and that is Effie Trinket. Everyone is gunning for Elle Fanning to play her, which I think she would be a perfect young Effie Trinket. I just don't know why. Ever since this got announced, everyone's oh, Elle Fanning should play young Effie. So I'm really hoping she gets it. And then for Snow, I really, really, really want to see them cast Kiefer Sutherland, Donald Sutherland's son, because I just feel like he would be a perfect Snow to kind of like continue his father's legacy like in these movies, because we don't have Donald Sutherland anymore, sadly, so they wouldn't be able to cast him. Tom Blythe is way too young. He's good as a young Snow and like a young adult Snow, but I don't see him physically playing a Snow that is supposed to be like 45, 46 years old by the time the Court of Quell happens. So I'm really hoping they cast Kiefer Sutherland, because I love Kiefer Sutherland. It probably stems from my obsession with the 80s movie The Lost Boys, where he plays the antagonist opposite Michael. I can't remember his name right now because it's been forever since I've watched The Lost Boys, so I'm sorry. But he plays like the main like antagonist to Michael, and like the main vampire that he kind of like faces off against besides the original vampire or whatever. But yeah, those are my two like fan casts that I really hope. I don't know who they're gonna cast for Luella, Lulu, and Wyatt, and I don't really care. I know that Luella and Lulu are like a big part of Haymitch's story, but I don't feel like they were that important to me personally. Whereas like Maylisee, I loved her. I love Maylisee. I feel like this girl could like definitely pull off like bitchy. Oh, another one that I'm fan casting is Drusilla. I want Emma Thompson so badly, because Emma Thompson could bring that like bitchy and just like the attitude to Drusilla. So I'm really hoping for Emma Thompson as Drusilla, as the escort for District 12. I really would love that. I would love that so much. So I'm really hoping that some of my fan casts come true. So yeah, that was just my little update video for you today, and I will see you guys later. Bye!